Hey everyone, it's Joey from Riftweaver, and I'm here with this week's edition of Fablecraft Friday. Happy Fablecraft Friday! Next week we have a really big update coming, version 0.20.0 or version 0.20. This is a massive one for us. We're going to be launching Fablecraft on the iPad. We're going to be launching Once Upon a Wildwood, our next full 5-session premium adventure. And we're also going to be rolling out a slew of quality of life features for Fablecraft itself. These are all free features that are coming to everyone, regardless of if you pick up Once Upon a Wildwood. So there's a lot of stuff here to unpack. So let's start with timing. Version 0.20 will launch on Tuesday, November 19th. This is going to be the iPad version of the game going live at the same time as the Steam update, which will bring Once Upon a Wildwood and all of the features that we're talking about today. The iPad version, of course, is free, just like the Steam version. It's cross-play and cross-platform, so if you have an account on Steam, which you probably already do if you're watching this video, you'll be able to just log in on iPad. Whichever account you used for Steam, you'll be able to use on iPad. You'll also be able to log in with your Apple account, too, if you're totally new, if you want to make another account for someone in your family or somewhere in your household that you're looking to play Fablecraft with. And it's cross-platform, so that means that you'll be able to play on the iPad with other players on Steam and vice versa. So Steam on Mac and PC and then iPad. And this cross-platform mentality, this approach is going to stay true for Fablecraft throughout all of our releases. So whether it's iPad, Android tablet, which we're going to be putting out next, we're working on that now, or the mobile devices that are coming in 2025. So iOS and Android devices. All of those are going to be cross-play, cross-platform with the same functionality that you're seeing on the iPad and Steam versions this coming week. So that's the iPad release that's part of this major update, which is huge. We've been working really hard on it, but we're also working on delivering our next adventure, Once Upon a Wildwood. Break the curse, save the forest, live happily ever after? Once Upon a Wildwood is a strange and wonderful story that takes place in a wildwood that's sort of been overgrown with mushrooms. I'm actually playtesting it internally and have been for the last couple weeks with some of our team members as we're making final tweaks as we get it across the finish line. It's a lot of fun. It's really weird. It takes a lot of fairy tale standards and sort of flips them on their head. I don't want to say too much else. There is a hag, and the hag isn't who you would think a hag would be, and that's pretty fun and funny. But the whole adventure is really good. It's really nice. It has some creepy vibes at moments, some little spooky, scary vibes, and just it's really good. I'm really looking forward to getting it into your hands. Once Upon a Wildwood will be $19.99. That's the same price as our other large 5-session adventures, Murder on the Tipsy Pearl and House in the Manor. You can expect to get some new backgrounds. Those are animated, some new animated battle maps, NPCs, monsters, music, soundscapes, all of that's coming alongside the full 5-session GMG that'll make it so that you can run this campaign with virtually no prep, as is the Fablecraft way. This will be available both in-game, and we have something else to announce, on Steam as DLC. So if you were to go to our Steam page right now, you'll see that 4 pieces of DLC are marked as coming soon. One of the things that's coming in version 0.20 is the support for Steam DLC functionality, and I'm going to explain why here in just a moment, but Once Upon a Wildwood will be available there for $19.99 as well. So why are we putting DLC up on Steam? There's a couple reasons. When we launched Fablecraft back in the summer, in July, we immediately heard from folks that they wanted to buy adventures for their GMs. You know, the GM tax is real, and you can't really bring snacks to remote game night, though, I don't know, maybe you can. And being able to buy folks adventures was a really nice thing that a lot of our players wanted to do. They're like, hey, I have a GM, I want to treat them to House in the Manor, how can I do it? Up until now, you could, I guess, buy a Steam gift card and then hand that to them, but it's not the same as getting them the adventure directly. So we wanted to make sure to support that, and that took some engineering work to kind of tie our in-game marketplace purchases to the Steam platform itself. That's going in with this update, and that means we'll be able to list all of the DLC on Steam in addition to being in our in-game marketplace, thus making gifting and eventually discounting easier. And speaking of discounting, we're going to be rolling out our first Fablecraft bundles. So you'll see some bundles in-game. You'll be able to pick up all the adventures at a discount, but you'll also see an adventure bundle in the Steam marketplace itself. This adventure bundle is what Steam calls a complete the set bundle. We don't support this complete the set stuff quite yet in-game, but we will eventually, we hope to. But for now, you'll be able to do the complete the set bundle on Steam. What does that look like? If you own a few or even one of the adventures already and you go to buy the bundle, you'll get an 11% discount on anything that you don't already own. So the bundle is 11% off across the board, but if you already own Tipsy, that will not affect the total. You can still pick up the other 3 adventures in the bundle and take part in that 11% discount. It's just a really cool consumer-friendly thing that Steam does that we were able to take advantage of by getting our DLC up on the platform. We're glad that they do it. So if you are looking to complete the set, be sure to pick it up on Steam, and you can also pick up the master mega bundles that we're putting together on the in-game marketplace too. You know, some folks want to have everything, and it's nicer just to save a few bucks. So that's what we're doing. Finally, I want to talk about the actual features that are coming into version 0.20 with this release next week. Let's start with hidden dice rolls. This is something that was requested almost immediately once we launched on our feature upvote site. By the way, this is a plug for feature upvote. If you're not using it, we check it. We use it to make some decisions about what tools we're bringing into Fablecraft. It's fablecraft.featureupvote.com. It's kind of like a Reddit. You don't even need an account in order to post and upvote and make comments. You just need to share your name and email address, and then we'll email you if that actual stuff has been changed and implemented. If you want, it's an opt-in thing. Anyway, so this is something that players wanted right away, right? Like, there are moments when a GM wants to roll, let their players know that they're rolling, but not share the results. And there's other times where a GM maybe wants to have a player roll in secret so that the results can be kept between just that one player and the GM. And now with roll requests and rolls on the player side, you'll be able to select whether or not this is a hidden roll and keep it from the other players at the table. It's a really nice way to kind of heighten drama and tension around the game and group dynamics. If you're a tabletop RPG veteran, this is something you probably already do in other physical games. So we're glad to be bringing it into Fablecraft. It kind of checks a request off the list. It's pretty awesome. We're also introducing some advanced campaign settings with this update. And this is going to be like a lot of small little tiny tweaks. You're seeing them on screen right now. You can access this menu within the campaign creation menu. This is just the beginning, these features that you're seeing on screen. These will be available at 0.20 launch, but we're looking to expand the campaign settings menu down the line. This is the type of space where you might find something like friendly fire once we're able to add that functionality in, which again is something that some players want. We want to make sure that Fablecraft has the space to be more flexible on a group by group basis, right? Like, some tables want their stuff a little bit tougher, and maybe that means that they want more charge used or less heal regenerated on quick recharge. And it goes the other way too. Some people want it to be a little softer, a little easier. So these advanced settings, they should make it possible for you to be able to do this stuff. We've already previewed a few weeks back if you want to look, and I'll drop a link to it in the description below, but we've already previewed some of the safety tools and social features that are coming with this update. Those are still here. They're still coming. They're still part of the patch notes that will be delivered next week, and all of the features that are coming in version 0.20. That's it for this week's edition of Fablecraft Friday. I can't wait to see you guys next week and to see your reaction to Once Upon a Wildwood in the iPad version of Fablecraft. If you're new here and you haven't been here for a big release, just know that we dropped some pretty meaty patch notes on release day. They should detail everything that's in this update, whether it's the big marquee features or the tiny bug fixes that are also arriving. And they'll also have known issues. If we have any known issues with this one, if some new bug was introduced in engineering and development, we'll let you know and we'll get it fixed as soon as we possibly can. I'm Joey. Thanks for hanging out. Come say hi in the Discord. It's discord.gg/Fablecraft, and we'll see you soon.